start off and we'll go over the homework from yesterday. So that was on page 5, exercise 4. We were using some expressions that take avoir instead of être. So we had expressions like j'ai chaud, j'ai sommeil, which would mean, for example, I'm hot, I'm tired, or sleepy. So these are obviously conditions that will change, so we use avoir there. Let's see here. So, Marie, I'll give you the condition, I'll tell you how I'm feeling, and you give me the suggestion for what I could do. So let's see here. How about for Marie, j'ai faim.
Tu peux manger ensemble.
Tu peux manger en sandwich, oui. J'ai soif.
Tu peux boire une soda.
J'ai chaud.
Tu peux ouvrir la fenêtre.
Oui. J'ai sommeil.
Tu peux dormir.
Tu peux dormir. J'ai besoin d'un livre.
Tu peux passer à la bibliothèque.
Passer à la bibliothèque. J'ai envie de voir un film.
Tu peux aller au ciné.
Oui. Voila. And then there's a couple other ones here that where you can create your own. And did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did? Okay. What did you say for?
For my first one, I said j'ai besoin de voiture.
Okay. Bien.
Tu peux gagner l'argent.
Tu peux gagner de l'argent. Good. Okay. And what about envie de?
J'ai envie d'un chat. Tu peux aller à PetSmart.
Excellent. Oui. Okay. Très bien. Très bien. So besoin de talks about having to need something. Envie de is more of a want. Okay, good, excellent. Okay, so then down at the bottom of page 5, we've got some little review of different kinds of quick tenses that you can use. So we'll just kind of go through those. I'll write up a couple examples on the board here. So the first one is what we call le futur proche, the close future, and this is real simple. All we have to do for this one is we have our subject, like je, for example, and we're going to add our conjugated form of aller, and then we're going to add an infinitive. Actually, let me do this. Put this down here, and we'll put in an example. So the conjugated form of aller for je, of course, would be vais. And then an infinitive, we'll use danser. That's easy. Okay, so par exemple, this is telling what you're going to do. And usually you use future proche in the very immediate future, like what you're going to do after school, what you're going to eat for lunch, what you and your friends are going to do this weekend, that kind of thing. So je vais danser in English would mean I'm going to dance. If we wanted to switch out and use another subject and tell what we're going to do over the weekend, another example would be something like nous allons visiter nos amis. We are going to visit with our friends. Ringing a bell? Yeah, okay, so pretty simple, right? I think we learned this tense like first year maybe. Okay, so that's le futur proche, what's going to happen. Then, they also present to us two other ones that we don't use as commonly. In fact, they might even be new to you guys. I'm not sure if we've done them before or not. But again, at the bottom, in this blue box on the bottom of page 5, to talk about what you are doing right now. I'm in the middle of French class, I'm writing notes. We can use the construction être en train de plus an infinitive. And this we use again to tell what we are doing at this moment. So some examples here with the je form, I would say for myself right now, je suis en train de, and I might say écrire les notes sur le tableau, right? So right now I'm in the middle of writing notes on the board, or I'm currently writing notes on the board. Okay, I'll write a sentence about Marie here. Marie est en train de écouter et écrire les notes aussi. And if we want to do something plural, I might say Marie et Claire sont en train de, they're in the middle of, let's see here, parler français. Okay, so they're speaking French right this instant, theoretically. So, en train de, en train de. And then the other one, the third one that they give, this simple tense that we can use, is for talking about what you just finished doing or where you just came from recently. I'm going to erase this. Here we can use the verb venir de. Venir by itself means to come, and then de means from. So you're just coming from doing something. You've just finished doing something. For example, with the je form, I might say je viens, and I'm just using the present tense form of venir. Je viens de, let's see here, apprendre l'espagnol. Okay, and here we're also going to follow it with an infinitive, just like with the other tenses. So I just finished teaching Spanish. For Marie, we might say Marie vient with a T, de. I might say she just finished going to aller à quelle classe? La littérature. Okay, and maybe the two of you together. Elles viennent de. Let's see here. Elles viennent de manger le déjeuner, peut-être. You just came from eating lunch. And venir is an irregular IR verb, so it does not correspond with these conjugations here. The different forms of venir, we've got the je form up here, the il form, and then the plural form. The other ones would be tu, vient, let's see here, nous, venons, V-E-N-O-N-S, and then vous, venez. There's a little kind of comic here down at the bottom, and it gives an example of each one of these. What it's gonna do, or what we're gonna do, what we're in the middle of doing, and then what just happened. So we've got this guy. I guess c'est ton chien? Yeah, c'est ton chien. It says, il va dîner, he's going to eat dinner. Then in the next frame, il est en train de dîner, he's in the middle of eating dinner. And then in the last frame, il vient de dîner, he just came from eating dinner. Okay, let's see here. So, take a minute and think about something that you're going to do today, Marie, something you're doing right now, and something that you did earlier today. See if you can come up with a sentence using the je form for each one of those.
Je vais danser.
Je vais danser.
Je suis écrivain.
Oui. So what you want to make sure that you put in en train de. Je suis en train de.
Okay, so je suis en train d'écrire.
Écrire les notes, or you could also say je suis en train de parler français, or you could say I'm in the middle of French class, je suis en train de être dans la classe. Good, okay. And something that you've just done.
Je viens
Aller à la littérature, oui, or je viens de parler avec un ami, je viens de utiliser la toilette, etc. Oui. Okay, boom. So fairly simple there. Okay, tournez la page. À la page 6, continuing on with all of our review stuff here. Here we've got, il y a une lettre. And in this letter, we're talking about le temps libre. Temps libre, ça veut dire free time. During our free time, in English we use the word like pastimes or hobbies for things that we like to do. In French, hobbies are called les loisirs. Les loisirs, L-O-I-S-I-R-S. Voilà. So, for les loisirs, typically, you can either say, verbs that for things that you do in your pastime, or you might actually just list nouns, right? Like in English, we might say my hobbies, or my passions are dance, music, art, food, things like that. Or we might say, for my hobbies, I like to dance, j'aime danser. I like to cook, j'aime cuisiner. So there's a couple different ways that you can phrase that just like you would in English. So we're gonna go through and read through about Valérie. C'est une fille, and she's gonna kind of explain what she likes to do in her pastime, or in her free time, and then we'll kind of answer some questions about what you like to do in your pastime. So she says, I'll read the first paragraph and then I'll have you read a little bit, Marie. She says, Bonjour, je m'appelle Valérie Dessart. J'ai 17 ans et j'habite à Lyon. Je suis élève de première au lycée Saint-Exupéry où je prépare le bac.
J'ai beaucoup de travail, mais je ne travaille pas tout le temps. Le samedi, par exemple, est un jour que je me réserve
Entièrement, which means entirely.
Oh.
Yeah.
L'après-midi, je vais en ville et je fais du shopping. Quand il y a une
Bone.
Oh.
The hand, since it's supposed to look like handwriting, it's kind of tricky to read some of the words here.
Bon exposition.
Mhm.
Je vais au musée. Le soir, je sors en band.
Band. Yeah, and if you look down, it's got the little bubble there, and it's got the key at the bottom. On band, it's like she likes to go out like in group with her,
Okay.
like with her friends, basically.
J'ai beaucoup de copains et des copains, mais je n'ai pas de copains en particulier.
Mm-hmm. En particulier, we, meaning doesn't have a boyfriend, I
Oh,
think
okay.
is what she was referring to there.
En général, on va voir un film. De temps en temps, on va danser dans une boîte.
Boîte. Oui, boîte.
That-
Boîte, nightclub, or club, night spot. Boîte actually means box, in French, but it's also a slang term, for a club. Okay, good. So far, what do we know about her?
She has lots of friends.
She's got lots of
Hanging out with
friends.
on Saturdays.
Likes to go out, yeah, and she reserves her Saturday. She says she works a lot, but not all the time. Saturday, for example, is a day that I reserve entirely for myself, and I go out and do things like shopping, go to the art museum, that sort of thing. Goes out with friends at night. She says, j'ai d'autres loisirs. I have some other pastimes. Je fais du théâtre depuis un an à la Maison des Jeunes. En juin, nous allons présenter La Leçon, une pièce de l'écrivain Ionesco, dans laquelle je joue le rôle de l'élève. Je suis aussi des cours de danse africaine. C'est excellent pour la forme. Voilà, so she's in the theater, and they're getting ready to put on a play, and she's playing the role of the student in the play. And then she likes African dance as well. She says, c'est excellent pour la forme. It's good for, what do you suppose la forme
Yeah.
means?
Posture.
Yeah, it's good for your, to stay in shape, la forme, yeah. And then she says, pendant l'année, during the year, je n'ai pas l'occasion de faire beaucoup de sport. I don't have the opportunity to do a lot of sports. Mais en été, je me rattrape, which means to catch up with various activities. Ma passion, c'est la planche à voile, water surf, like, what do we call it?
Twins.
Windsurfing, that's what it is, merci. Il y a d'autres sports que j'aimerais faire, comme le parapente. Malheureusement, mes parents ne sont pas d'accord. Oui, parce que le parapente, c'est un peu dangereux. Ça veut dire, like, parasailing. Oui. Voilà, okay, Valérie. Bien. And then on the next page, it kind of asks about some of the things that you like to do in your spare time. So let's take a look at exercice 1. Et vous? It says, répondez aux questionnaires suivantes. Si vous voulez, comparez vos réponses avec les réponses de votre partenaire ou de votre groupe. We won't do that because it's only you in class, Marie. So pour numéro 1, I'll just have you go through and read each of the sentences and kind of fill in with something that you do, and you're not limited to the choices there, you can make up something as well.
Okay. So, à la maison, quand j'ai du temps libre,
Mm-hmm.
j'ai préféré lire un livre.
Lire un bon livre, d'accord, ok. Et numéro 2?
It's like bar or exposition, I see a show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ok. Quand je suis en ville, j'ai préféré voir une exposition. Avec mon argent, j'ai préféré acheter des vêtements. Le samedi soir, j'ai préféré sortir avec mon copain. Quand je sors avec mes copains, j'ai préféré voir un film. Pour rester en forme, je préfère courir.
Oui, danser peut-être,
Ouais.
oui. Mais mais ce n'est pas très aérobique. Well, quelquefois.
I do like
quelquefois.
running on my own to stay like in shape.
Yeah.
And keep up my cardio.
Yeah,
and
with
stamina.
cardio, sure.
But then dance is my favorite.
Oh, sure.
That doesn't help much.
It seems like it would.
You'd think.
You'd think that it
But
would.
last year I found out it doesn't. And
Yeah.
so she's like, you need to do stuff outside your valley.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
L'après-midi, quand il fait beau, je préfère, is it promener les chiens?
Yeah, promener le chien. Mhm.
Quand je suis à la plage, je préfère nager. Is the other one like
Bathe in the sun.
sunbath?
Yeah, to take a sun bath, yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Pendant les vacances, je préfère faire un voyage.
Mhm.
Je voudrais apprendre à. Is that like I would like to?
I'd like to learn to
Okay. And then one's play clarinet. I don't know what the second one is.
faire du parapente. Parapente is, they mentioned it in the letter here, parapente is like to do, they have a little picture here, it's parasailing or wind sailing, or I forget what we call it in English, but where you're attached to a parachute and you're on a boat, and you're, on a string basically, and then piloter un avion would be to fly a plane. Or maybe there's something else you'd like. Piloter un avion, oui, vraiment. Bien, excellent. Okay, bon. Let's see here. So, what I'm going to have you, the both of you, work on then, for the last little bit here is composing your own lettre. Kind of very similar to what Valérie has done here. And so it says, écrivez une lettre à Valérie où vous expliquez. So write a letter to Valérie, in which you explain. And then all of these bullet points here. So yours does not have to be as long as hers. It'll probably end up being more like a short paragraph. But so you want to explain qui vous êtes, which would mean what, do you think?
Who you are.
Who you are. À quelle école vous allez?
What school you go to.
What school you go to? Ce que vous faites le samedi.
What you do on Saturday.
Right. Quels sont vos loisirs?
What your hobbies are.
What your hobbies are. Quel sport vous pratiquez?
What sports you practice.
Right. Et ce que vous faites en été.
Oh, what you do during the summer.
What you do during the summer. Okay, good. So it can really just be present tense. So I'll give you a little bit of time to work on that.
Say like on Saturdays.
Yeah, on Saturdays. So, okay, so there's a
Yeah, it's like.
real simple way. So if you want to say on Saturdays in general, you use le samedi. If you want to say this Saturday, you just say samedi.
Merci.
Mm-hmm.